friends, this is the Cryptonian. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Thursday and Bitcoin is pushing higher. Bitcoin is 36,900 and you can see we're still pushing up into this red box of resistance. Now, why are we pushing higher? Especially, when we are in an area where we are overextended and overheated in the market. Well, the reason is because the SEC, their first window to approve all 12 spot Bitcoin ETFs begins today. And it says there's an 8-day window between November 9 and November 17 where all 12 spot Bitcoin ETF filings could be approved by the SEC, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst James Safart and Eric Balchunas. Now, we need to be careful here because although we do see that the market is responding positively, this is typically what happens when emotions are running high and markets tend to move on news. And then whenever the event occurs, then the markets correct, right? It's called buy the rumor and sell the news. So that being said, this breakout here above the resistance line, this diagonal resistance line, is this a liquidity grab or is this a legitimate breakout? Well, right now it looks to be like it's a legitimate breakout. And again, this news from Cointelegraph has moved the market, specifically Bitcoin, because this is a Bitcoin related news article. Now, that being said, what about the rest of the market? Well, we do see the rest of the market putting in some positive gains. We can see that now that the news is circulating and we are moving into the morning trading session, we can see that the markets are starting to respond. We have Bitcoin up 4%, Ethereum up 1.7%, Solana up 10%. 10%. We have, let's see, we have Chainlink up 9%. So these projects that, move with Bitcoin, those projects that whenever Bitcoin moves higher, has some type of sympathy play with Bitcoin, they're moving higher. And of course, you can see some of the other markets some of the other projects and other coins are moving higher as well that are not directly related, like Filecoin is up 7.7%, OKB up 7%, and you can see Caspa up 22%. So we're just at a point in the market where there's a lot of hysteria, a lot of high emotions, a lot of FOMO, and there's a lot of retail coming in and purchasing the market, and as well as I'm sure some institutional FOMO as well, because of this Bitcoin related article. So that being said, we need to be careful. We're at resistance, the red box. We are we just broke out of a rising wedge, and these rising wedges are typically bearish. But when prices are really strong, then we can break to the upside, and that's exactly what happened. Now I'm going to give you two scenarios. One scenario is that if it's very strong and we break above that 37,800 level, that's going to be very, very strong, very bullish, and Bitcoin could be on its way to that $42,000 to $47,000, maybe $48,000 even. That being said, if we have a fake out here and it's just a liquidity grab. Now, we've seen liquidity grabs before, right? This was a liquidity grab. It went higher, broke above resistance, and it looked like it was going higher, but then it reversed right away and came right back down. And this was a liquidity grab. This was the big players pushing the price above resistance so they could sell on everyone else buying that breakout, right? And so the question is, could this be the same thing? It could be, but we just don't know. If this is a liquidity grab and a fake out, we'll probably know within 24 to 48 hours, right? Because usually the liquidity grabs, they reverse very quickly. Um, Also, there's something else that we need to watch out for. Um, we have a overheated RSI. The RSI is in the 80s here on the daily chart, and this is when the the market has some type of correction and pulls back most of the time. So that's another red flag, right? One is we are overheated on the RSI. You can see that uh, this is shown by the red dots. We are overheated, and we need some time to cool off here, or we need some type of a correction. Um, and the RSI is overheated as well. But look at this. This is interesting. Price is making a higher high. However, the RSI is not making a higher high. The price is making, or excuse me, the RSI is making a lower high. So this is showing some weakness in this move. Now, if Bitcoin continues above that resistance level, which is right now at 37,900, 37,800, then we could definitely move higher. And this bearish divergence would then be invalidated, right? So right now it's high risk. Could we go higher? Yes, we could go higher. The magic number is that 37,800 level. 37, excuse me. Um, Let me see once again. Yeah, 37,900 level actually. 37,900 level is the magic number. If we move above that, or actually I would say 38,000. If we get above 38,000 and we can hold on to that, then it's going to be very, very bullish and probably will hit 42 to 48 before the end of the year. Or yeah, I'd say before the end of the year. Yeah. Um, and then I would expect some type of a major reversal at that time, right? Uh, Now, on the downside, if this is a liquidity grab and it reverses, then we could see prices to the downside. If there's a correction, if this reverses and there's a correction, then I would say we're probably going to see price come back down to about 32,300 and 30,800 in this area here, this uh, price point, which would then be right above this breakout area. And so that makes sense that we could actually come down to this area, the price that I told you. And also by that time, the 200 moving average will probably be up there. And so it would come back down, find support at the 200 moving average, which would be up here by then. And then it would probably maybe consolidate and then move higher at the beginning of the year. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's the scenario for Bitcoin. We did have some uh, positive news for Bitcoin as far as uh, or I would say not positive news, but positive speculation, right? An article pertaining to Bitcoin that has moved the price higher so far. But remember, on Thursdays are usually, Thursdays are usually flat or bearish. So this is atypical. This is a high risk situation. It's overheated. It's on Thursday before the weekend. So this is a very suspicious move. Could it be a breakout and could it hold? Yes, it is a breakout, but could it hold? It's going to take a lot of momentum to the upside to make it continue higher. So anyway, be safe, and I hope you have a good weekend coming up. Let's see what happens. Like I said, if it's going to reverse, it's probably going to reverse within the next 24 to 48 hours. And then if it doesn't, if we see some kind of consolidation here and a slight move higher, then this could be a very real breakout, and we could see, possibly above 38,000 prices. So there you go, friends. That is the market at a glance. That is what's going on with Bitcoin, and it's because of a news article. Let's wait and see if the SEC approves the ETF. If the SEC approves the ETF, then Bitcoin most likely will go to 48,000 within a short period of time. Okay. So thank you, friends, for watching. Appreciate your time. Please click like on the video. It's free. It helps out the channel. And if you're not subscribed and you like this type of content, I invite you to subscribe. Please remember if you do, click the notification bell, and let's go on this journey in crypto together. See you next time.